There's a need for a new approach, a new paradigm shift in our thinking process. This is what my presentation is going to be all about the shift in our thinking process, rework our work, rethink our thinking process. So this is basically what we're living in a very, very white water times, I call it. You know, the white water is the time when the water in the river goes so fast and start to collapse and hits the rocks and other, and change the water color from being blue, as we know, to be a very white. It's a very turbulent state, right? So we're living in that state now. It's unfortunate, whether we love it or not, but we're part of that history now, where everything is going so fast, massive movement going around, that you cannot catch up. The only thing that if you're in this lovely boat here with the riders, you see, if you look at their eyes and the way how they're trying to go through this turbulent water, the white water, they're very focused and careful. So they're calculating the risk because they know if they fail, it's going to be maybe the last moment of their life. Yeah? So this is what we need to do too. We need to be very focused, and we take a calculated risk for the future. Because the future is not going to be an easy. But we have to be ready for it. Are you ready? So we live in those white waters, I call it, right? Times. This program today is intended to encourage you to look deep internally, to discover your internal journey in search of the gifts. We all have gifts within. We could really give and share with others. So within us, we really have gifts. We need to discover how to reach those gifts and give them together, probably through the know-how you have, through the technology, through the charity, through the support, through volunteerism, whatever. You will be the one, not me, to discover the gifts within you if you just pay attention. Are you all ears? You are all ears, yeah? Listening to me? Thank you. Sustainability leaders, if you really want to give a tick now, mark, are you a sustainable leader or not? Sustainable leaders, they have one definition. They move their mindset from me to we. From me, what is it for me, to what is it from me. So they move from me to we. Do we have a sustainable leaders around here who say always we? We means yes in French, if we have French-speaking people, yeah? All right, so am I right? So I do speak French too. All right. Be careful, right? UAE was blessed with the Holiness Pope Francis visit from the 3rd to 5th of February this month, and was a historical moment, historical visit, one of the best. And you could really trace Pope's comments and his visits, very modern country, very open-minded, open society, and there's a great things. So of those leaders, the religious leaders, in love and harmony with other leaders, with the political leaders from worldwide, then our job is very much easier. So thank you, Pope Francis, for your visit. You've done a great, remarkable, and blessed to us. And this is what moved. It really, his visit moved the hearts of everyone. It was a touchy visit, historical, and it was a moment of the human or humanity to sit together across the table and discuss about the sustainable future, how we can have a better tomorrow. So don't think that those guys are in isolation of what we do. That's why later on you will see in my presentation, I have included religion and faith in my sustainability model. And that model I've been fighting for the last 8 years, wherever I travel. I said the UN, yes, with respect to the 3 pillars they have, they're missing one of the most important pillars, the culture and the religion. And the faith, by the way. So they're non-believers, we have to still include them. So that's the visit. And it was a day of humanity. We have more than 600 different religious leaders. Does anyone belong to any of the faiths here? Yeah? All right? Do you know them? Wasn't that nice to see them all together? Bro, they haven't even met for years and ages. But UAE was a clear message. We got 600 of those guys sitting together, working together, and start even hugging and kissing each other. So you could imagine what's going to happen to the sustainability when those guys in love and harmony and in this hug. Isn't it? We haven't seen such things for years and ages. What we've been seeing is hate and hatred, which is not true. Let's move on. Yes, I have a story too. It's not only them. So we'll forget about them, right? They're gone now. It's me now. All right? I know some of you are screaming at the back. What is your story? What is it? Yeah? This is my story. The story began as a very young age of mine when I was serving a government organization called the Hamriya Free Zone. That was March 2000, when the UN released what's called the Millennium Development Goals, and they were about 8 goals. And they say if we do goals from 2000 to 2015, the world will be a better place to live on. And we'll have a better tomorrow together. So I got from those days in love with the Millennium Development Goals. And those goals, they have a message within them. They see, is it possible to strike the triple bottom line? Again, the people, prosperity, profit, and the planet together. Can we do that? And I started doing a lot of search and research from myself, if that is possible or not. And then I discovered, yes, if you really work, again, with your internal compass, your true north, then you can achieve miracles. And this is what I've done. The time I left the free zone, when I was given the assignment by the president to lead the Hamriya Free Zone, we had precisely 68 companies only, 68, less than 160. When I lived them 5 years back, I lived them with 6,000 companies, right? Not only that, I was just about to declare the second home of the UN because I had about 157 different nationalities from all over the world and about 15 billion investment, the FDI. Not the FBI, please, got nothing to do with Trump here. Yeah? The FBI have got nothing to do with the FDI, right? We've got about this much, 15 billion. So it is doable. And I've written a book stating or highlighting some of the milestones during my journey. And I called it my green journey because I was trying to tell everyone, yes, it is doable, achievable. Then that was not enough to me. We came 2015 and the world is not that. It's still debated that things are getting worse, is not in control. So I came up with my strategy stating that, yes, the pillars of sustainability are very clear about the social, environment, and the economy. But there are 2 things we're missing. After a lot of research, that they are the missing thing. The culture, the way how we speak, the way how we eat, the way how we dress, the way how we talk, the way how we live and greet each other, that's part of the culture. Yet there's deep inside each one of us something called a faith or a religion he or she belongs to. And that has to be respected. That has to be respected to have a better tomorrow. And that was my argument wherever I travel, that this is the missing 2 pieces or the pillar from the UN definition of the sustainability. And I said any country or any personality surrounded by those 5 pillars, we can call him the civilized person or civilization city or civilized country, right? So civilization, if you study civilization across the history, that they are focusing on the 5 pillars of sustainability.